Hi everyone, it's Carlos Production. I'm back again with another podcast. I know it's been a while. It's been like 2 months. I had a lot of things going on lately, so I haven't been able to film podcasts. But we're here once again at the Rach House. But this time I'm sitting with.
My name is Snow, and I go by Just Call Me Snow. It's my artist name.
So Snow, welcome to the Rach House. You've been here a couple times. What's the
Oh,
vibe like
more than
around
a
here?
couple.
Yeah.
I recorded all my songs here since I moved to New York, so I really like this place.
Oh,
the
yeah.
best studio ever.
I mean, we tried our best to make sure our artists sound the best, and that's our goal here, to make you sound and look your best. So tell us, what's it like living in New York?
Challenging, but excited. Honestly, so I lived in Toronto for 3 years before that, and the transition was really smooth because New York is just like a bigger Toronto. Not really a big difference, but music things are more expensive here. So, that's why I was looking to find like a really great studio.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God I did it here. Because I don't want to spend my time and money on something that's not going to be worth it, because I already tried doing that and it just turned out really bad. So I'm just making it work, as we all trying to.
Yes,
So.
definitely. I think you mentioned to us you had a couple bad experiences with other studios. We're not gonna call names, but you know who you are probably. Okay, what is something that's really different? I mean, you said New York is kind of like Toronto but bigger. Is there any differences in like the people, between the two cities?
I mean, it's not about the people, because we're pretty close to each other. So it's more the vibe. So if in Toronto it was very chill, like people just live their lives doing some did the boring stuff, some did the exciting stuff, but it's not that many opportunities there as it's here. Here everyone's moving fast, trying to get to their goals, do so many things, just hustle, and like that's what makes me going, because I see all these people doing something and I'm like, I just don't want to sit at home and just watch TV or whatever. So every single time I have opportunity to like go out, meet new people, make new connections, explore the things on the music side, I just do it, because why not,
And is that the reason why you moved to New York? Because you wanted to be around those type of people? You felt like everything was a little faster here?
I mean, yeah, I always kind of wanted to move to New York. It was my final destination, and I always knew I was going to do that. It just, this time was the right time for me to do that. And honestly, I don't like, on the one hand, it was something that I was dreaming of for my whole life. Mm-hmm. But when I moved here, I just realized how hard things are. So this, pink glasses and dreams kind of disappeared for me. So at this point, I just need to work. Like, I know where I'm going. I know where I want to get to. So just going through all these challenges and facing it all.
I can agree. New York life is hard. Especially New York City life is hard. I think that's what most people prefer to live in Long Island, which is like calm area. In certain areas, it's a little laid back, but you can always go to New York. You're like a train station away from being in New York. Everything's 17, 20 minutes if you take a train. Traffic took you like 10 hours to get there. But New York, there's different areas. Like Queens, Brooklyn. Each one gives off a different vibe. Some is more dangerous, some is calmer, some is beautiful, some is ugly. So it's like a variety of everything around here. Tell us about your musical career. What inspired you to do music? Like around what age and who?
I mean, I always was kind of, like we all sing in the shower. That's how my career started.
Yeah.
I was just singing, doing the covers, and my favorite things to do when I was home alone is just putting the karaoke on my TV and just singing as loud as I can. I'm sure all my neighbors heard me multiple times. But it actually, the career started when I moved to Canada. So I met this guy who went to the music school back there, and I was going through hard times because I just moved to a different country. I had my first heartbreak in Canada. So I was just looking for the place where I can express all my emotions and just get out of this state. So he introduced me to this world of lyric writing and expressing your emotions through the songs. So that's how I actually started recording my first songs. The first ever I recorded back in Ukraine, when I think it was before COVID. I just decided that it's better to do there because I already knew some people there. Mm-hmm. So it didn't turn out really nice because it was my first time. I was very shy. I just,
Well, I could I gotta say, you're not a shy person to me right now. From everything that I've seen, you're not that shy.
I
Uh,
was. It's not about shy. It's more about
comfort?
I was not confident because I just started and I didn't know. You know, like when you're recording, there is this the glass, the big glass in front of you, and you see people on the other side just staring at you while you're doing it.
Oh, yeah.
It making you kind of be like. "Mm."
Well, you know, the recording process is definitely an interesting one. It's a process that I love doing because I get to meet, you know, different artists. I get to meet people like you that love doing music, that have amazing vocals. I hear at the Rage House, we love how you sing, and you know, when clients come in, we show them your work because you're like, oh, it's one of the
Okay.
best works we've done here because she sings amazingly, and it's just easier to work with someone that just has a creative direction and sings very well, and you know, we can manipulate the vocals, and you're open to.
Someone complain.
Yeah, you're open to like, you know, when we're like, yo, you should try this way, you're open to doing it, and that's just how you make better music. And I feel like that's something like other studios often get wrong. It's like it's about collaborative work, even though you're being paid to do this work. It's not all about the
That's
money.
true.
Could you tell us something about your country that is special to you?
Honestly, I didn't really think about it until I moved to Canada. Until like I lived there for 2 years, and realized that I was just thinking like, what if I did the same things but just back in Ukraine? And I don't know. For me, it seems like it would be harder in Ukraine because looking at all these people who got somewhere or they didn't, it seems like you either get it or you don't. There is no like a middle point, like where I'm standing right now. For example, I'm like I am an artist, but I'm also like halfway to the success or whatever I want to get.
Yeah. You think it's harder to make it through as an artist
Yeah,
in
because
Ukraine?
I also like since I started writing my songs, it was always in English, so I feel like it wouldn't be that popular or it wouldn't like,
It wouldn't
be
catch
something
on.
yeah that people listen to.
Mhm.
Because if I sing in English, there are many people from different countries who can listen, and
It's just
like,
not
and
your local people, maybe.
I don't know how to describe it, but I just like always knew that I was gonna write in English because it's easier way for me to express myself.
Mhm.
In Ukrainian, I was trying to. I wrote poems in Ukrainian and in Russian, but I don't know. It just stayed on this level of poems, and it didn't transition into songs.
Mm.
And I was trying even like a month ago to write something in Ukrainian, but I just didn't feel like this because it's different vibes. I already, like after this many years in Canada, I already
Yeah.
have this like vision of like or like I don't know how to express myself in English, how to do it in music.
Mhm.
So
So you feel like in English you find more words to express what you're trying to say.
that's
in a way?
weird.
It's
Yeah.
I gotta say it's kind of weird. I make music myself in Spanish and English, and Spanish there's a variety of words I can use in English. I feel like they compete against each other, and the market for music is very big on Latin music, like Spanish and English music. But it is kind of weird that you're not able to find the words in your own language to fully express yourself. I don't know if it's like a matter of like maybe the language doesn't have enough words, or maybe it's your lack of understanding of the language. I don't know. I don't speak your language.
I mean, of course, I speak Ukrainian. It's not that. I already started doing it in English, so it kind of just, like I was growing my vocabulary in like division. Obviously, like I watch a lot of movies in English, so it's kind of.
Oh,
I can
yeah.
take it from the context and just like put it in my songs, knowing exactly what it's gonna mean. So like I have no problems with like writing in English, but in Ukrainian, I basically speak in Ukrainian just to my family, and it's not enough. I speak English like 24 hours, 24/7, and in Ukrainian just like maybe an hour with my mom on the phone.
Oh,
so
wow.
it's just different. I'm already got used to this way, and like this is what I like.
Well,
I don't
it
see.
seems to me like you've adjusted to like the American way of life in a way. Like you're like, oh, I'm speaking English 24/7. I'm doing American things.
But I'm here.
But it's beautiful, I think coming to a big city, you kind of have to go through that transition where you have to adjust to the people, adjust to the culture, and then also don't forget your own culture. Always have that with you because that makes you special. That makes you a Ukrainian singer in New York. That's what makes Snow be Snow.
No, that's true. Like I still I work with Ukrainian community here, so I still perform for them. It's not like I completely forgot about my country and everything. Of course not. Just for my music creation, I choose English, but I also do performances and and different stuff on the Ukrainian side as well.
Where do you think your career is headed next? What are your plans as far as your musical career in the future? Who do you want to be working with, or do you want to go to a different state? What do you think your future of music is?
So currently I'm just releasing the singles. I'm not thinking about the album just yet, just because I don't have big enough audience. But my goal for the end of this year is I look for agent or for any kind of representation. You know, someone who can help me like move forward and book some small shows. And I actually have a meeting with someone tomorrow, so hopefully it's gonna work out.
Yeah.
But I don't think that nothing major for this end of this year, because I just, thinking realistically that I'm not that big yet for me to like move any like further on big stage and everything, just because I just moved to New York, so I literally have to start from the scratch. Who is my audience? Like me, people listen to me, know who I am and everything. So just slowly but surely.
Okay, no, I think it's very important to be realistic in the music industry. I shatter my artist dreams. I tell them the truth, and that's for me. It's like the best way to make music is if you're honest about it. If you know you don't have people listening to you, if you know you can't book a show and people will come see you, then be honest with yourself. You're not at that level yet, but you're always working to get to that level, and being honest is the best way to move forward. Just personal experience. When I was working in music, I told myself I have 10 years. That's how long I give myself. Not to, become a billionaire, become super successful, but just to make music as an engineer and be profitable and live a comfortable life. And I'm like, yo, this is going to take some time. It's going to take a lot of learning. I'm going to have a lot of ups and downs. And I was just being honest from the start. So when I was doing that stuff, I wouldn't get disappointed and be like, oh, I hate this. I don't want to do this ever again. Because, that's what it is. Some people think making music is like, oh, I'm going to be in the studio every day. No. You're going to be in the studio every day if you have money to pay for studio time.
Oh, yeah.
Or,
unfortunately.
and like, oh, I'm going to sound amazing. No, you're going to sound amazing if you find somebody that makes you sound good. It's not, being an artist and a producer engineer, it's like it's 50-50. You get to be very good, and the engineer has to be very good, and you're going to come up with 100%
Yeah,
of
that's true.
Yeah. So, yes, also you need to find someone that has that chemistry with you. I think here at the Rage House, we've done an amazing job just connecting with each other, and a lot of the projects we've done. And it's because we love working with you that your music sounds good.
No, that's definitely true, because before I just have some songs that like they sounded very nice when they were at the demo stage, but then someone mixed and mastered, and I was like, this is not how I want to sound, not how I imagined this to be. So like obviously I learned from my past mistakes that I have to be there. I have to literally tell step by step what I want, because other people can't read my mind.
Yeah, no, it is. It is definitely. It is important for you to, if you have someone that's taking care of your project and you trust them with it, then it's good. After maybe a couple projects, you know how they work. You're fine with how they work with your music. But if you're someone new, definitely, you're coming in, sit with them, record with them. And if you're going to get them mixed by them, then sit through the mixing, see how they're working. And, if you're there, they're able to change the things on the spot. When it comes to, oh, I'm going to mix it on my time, I'll give it to you in 7-10 days, whatever it is. And then you get a version and you don't like it completely at all. They had to redo that work. So, it's harder that way. So it's always, if you want better music, just actively be on it and you'll get the best results that way.
Yes, I feel like because I learned on these mistakes, sometimes annoying, because when people work with me, they're like, I'm always like trying to listen more and more to particular songs, and obviously I'm listening to more and more mistakes or something that I want to change, and I'm just like, no, we still have to change this. And then they send me the version, and I'm saying, okay, perfect, it's great, and then a week later, I'm like, no. There is like this small thing, but it makes a whole difference.
People that don't understand that process, because there's different types of artists. There's a spectrum of craziness. There's people that don't care a fuck, and there's people that care too much.
Yeah.
But like as an engineer,
I'm there.
And as an engineer, you need to understand how these these artists are. If your person likes to be a perfectionist, you have to know subconsciously that they're gonna do a lot of takes. They're gonna come again and again until it's better. And honestly, that's what makes better music, and that's the type of music that makes it further, because you're perfecting every single little detail. And as an engineer, you can't get annoyed at that. They're just making music, trying to sound good, and trying to sound their best. So, someone that understands that fact that you might need to get a couple of takes in to make you sound better it's somewhat ideal for you. If someone is annoyed that you took 20 takes for one little sentence, they're not really doing it for the love of music. They're just doing it to get paid.
That's true. But then they're like, oh, I already did it and you paid for this, so it's done. I'm like, no, that's not how it works.
It's done when you say it's done.
Yeah, because you're working for results, not for quality or quantity. Like,
yeah. Let me ask you something. If there's an artist you could collaborate anywhere around the world, it doesn't have to be a major artist, who would it be with?
I actually have four.
All right,
And
give me the
four
list.
different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one is obviously Lana Del Rey, because she was my main inspiration since a long time ago. Our voices sound similar, so I feel like people compare me the most to her, and that's a huge compliment to me, because that's my idol.
That's your idol.
That's my idol, and yeah, I'm just proud to be sounding like someone like her, because I think that her voice is very unique, and you just know if it's her. Like if you go to a cafe and she's playing, like, you know it's her.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I want to be too. Like I want people to know that it's me, that it's my voice, and to be like, to have this like uniqueness in the songs and in my voice. The second artist is Bad Bunny. I'm just a huge fan. I was introduced to Bad Bunny like 2 years ago. I didn't know, like I came from not knowing him at all to being like the huge fan.
Do you understand Spanish?
I mean,
or you just love the rhythm, the sound,
I tried
quality?
to translate some of the songs. I realized that the translation is not as good as it sounds, you know, if you don't know. But I just like the vibe. Like, I was talking to someone recently, and I was like, I would love to work with the producer of Bad Bunny. Like, there are some songs that are just euphoric. You know, like the beat, the concept of the melody. It's just something that
Bad Bunny has some of the best producers in, DR. Where's he from? I forgot where he's from. But he has some of the best producers from his area, because these people, like, they pioneer reggaeton sound. And now he's working with the pioneers of reggaeton, which is already a huge genre, and they're trying to, from what I've seen, they're trying to reinvent another genre because of their sound selection. They go on a different path. And Bad Bunny started out with Latin trap music, and now he moved into a more mainstream kind of sound.
Yeah, I actually was on the train just listening to his new album, and I was like,
it sounds very different, right?
Very different.
You know why? Because that album, it's not for himself. It's not for, record labels. That album is dedicated to his, like, original fans, the people that gave him support when he was doing trap music. So the stuff that you probably heard in the past 2-3 years, that's Bad Bunny going mainstream. That's the sound everybody loves, because, like, it's the club sound, it's the vibey sound. But I think me hearing the album, I felt like he said, listen, that mainstream Bad Bunny, I love doing that. It's making me money. People love it. But this album is for the ones that were there when there was no mainstream, when I was just Benito, which is the old version of himself. So, there's a lot of love when, like, these artists have been asking for this album specifically for the past 30 years. Because, like, we didn't fall in love with mainstream Bad Bunny. We love Trap Bunny. We love it, So, but, it just definitely plenty of love to go around. You can love the old Bad Bunny, the new Bad Bunny. It doesn't matter. I'm just happy you love Bad Bunny.
I love Bad Bunny. I'm looking forward to his concert.
Okay. Are you going?
I mean, I signed up for it.
Yeah, I signed up for it. What is your third artist? You say you have four.
Yeah, The Weeknd.
The Weeknd?
Just because, every time I listen to Weeknd, it's something magical. It's always something different, even though he sticks to this genre, the Weeknd genre. But just especially the last songs. If you, The Idol, that was TV show, I listened to it, and with Lily Rose, it was a perfect combination, and I was very inspired by this particular TV show, and I wrote my own song as if I was writing the soundtrack for the TV show. But other than that, like, on a side note of this, he just, like, always brings something new to the table. And I would say that my inspiration for, like, him and Bad Bunny is just because they always give, like, this goosebumps when you listen to their songs.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain. It's just something different, something euphorical. You don't need to be high to be high on their songs.
to be on their level.
That's what I'm trying to go for in my music, because I want people to listen to this and, like, feel this, like, Like you're like going out, but you're high.
Like, yeah, so you're ascending.
Yeah, yeah.
And who's the last one?
Dua Lipa.
Dua Lipa?
Because no matter what, she's always like she has this rhythm, and all her music is like very dancey. So because I used to write about some sad love, being like very like Billie Eilish, I was like dying in my songs, listening to her, even though she has like pretty simple beats, I'd say, but it just makes you want to move, dance, and always gives you positive vibes and mood. So that's this part of inspiration I'm taking from her.
Oh wow, that's very beautiful. Take inspiration for one of the best, Bad Bunny, Dua Lipa. Who was?
Lana Del Rey and Weeknd.
Wow. So you definitely have a vibe of. I got a vibe from The Weeknd and your selection of beats. Actually, I heard Adele in you in certain parts when you sang that song.
Sorry?
Adele.
Oh, people say this, but
you sound a lot. I'm sorry. I played it to someone. They're like, "Yo, that's Adele's new song." No, that's
Really?
no. And what was the song you did with us? Kiss Me Hard. Yeah, Kiss Me Hard. That was the next
Oh,
one.
but it's not released.
Oh, that song does not exist, guys.
That's next one to be released.
Backtrack, cut, edit this part out. But you do. You sound a lot like Adele. I played it. We play music to people that come in here. Stuff like we've done, and it's like, yo, Adele. We have those other guys like from the UK, and like, oh, it's like UK Pop Smoke. So we love looking for different sounds and people, because as far as instrumentations, we could do pretty much a lot of what we want to do. But finding artists to sound good in the stuff we make, it's hard. You have to social media or call them in. They might not make it. They might cancel. They live in the city. They live in another state. A lot of things could go wrong. But definitely happy to have you here, especially in the Interviews podcast. This is your first podcast? Or you've done some before?
I've done one.
One?
But it just went terribly. It was very unprepared, so
Oh.
I wasn't even supposed to be there. I just like,
The Interviews podcast is it's normal conversation. It's not. That's why there's no scripts. There's like a format, but the format is in my head. But it's more about who you are as a person and less about who you are as an artist. Because they hear your artistry when they go to Spotify, whatever they listen to music, but they don't see the real you unless they have an interview like this one, where it's like open to a majority of the questions. What is one advice you would give a young Ukrainian girl starting out in the music career?
Try to make your connections since the beginning, because we all know that talent is a big portion of this, but I feel like if you don't know who to talk to, if you don't know where to showcase yourself, you're just not gonna go anywhere, because there are so many talented people. The question is why they're not all famous and popular.
Yeah.
Because they know how to like move around, let's say, or what to do for their careers to just move somewhere. So I feel like that's what I'm liking right now, because like I started making music for myself. Like I didn't think about my long-term goals. So already after releasing like 4 songs, I think I just realized that like releasing songs is not enough. You need to promote them. You need to like get to know the industry. You need to learn more, and that's what makes me like going slower right now, because I'm just like trying to catch up.
Yeah.
And it obviously it's been like 2 years since I started doing this, so I need to do it like in a couple months if possible, because I don't have 2 years just to like learn whatever is missing. I need to do it faster and faster. So now all my focus is on performing, which is showcasing myself, on going to events, which is making connections and letting people know that I'm doing this, how we can collaborate, what we can do together. And I think, I don't know how would it be if it was back in Ukraine, because I don't really know the music scene there as deep as like in Toronto or here, but that's definitely what I would do if I started here. So just
Connections. I follow this podcast. I forgot the name. It was like the Inner Scoop, something like that. And they talk about the music industry, and they're like, listen, if you bring me an artist and you tell me, hey, give this guy a chance, he's so talented, they won't give you a chance, because they know that to make it in the music world, it's more than talent. Obviously, talent is the key, but the other side of music is the business and the networking part of it, where like you need to step out as an artist, be a business person, and worry about how people are gonna listen to your music, where they're gonna see it, and that's just a whole separate side. You know, you need to kind of split yourself in like artist, business. But definitely going out to events, doing shows, it's gonna get your name out there. Because for every show you do, there might be 20 people in there. But guess what? Like 10, 15 of them will become followers of your Instagram or your music, and they'll stream it, share it on to other people. So talent alone is not enough nowadays to get you where you want to.
Definitely.
And it's very, very sad. Because it's like, you could be the best in the world, but if no one knows you're there, you don't exist.
No, that's true. Like, I didn't really give a big shot to this, but I tried myself in like the Voice and the American Idol, just to see maybe a miracle happens. But I still understand that it's a TV show, it's a business.
It's perfect for marketing though. If you go out in the industry and like, yo, I was in American Idol,
I know,
you're like, come in. It's a perfect way to like expose yourself.
It's different for the artists like myself, just because this type of shows, they're looking for this high note voices who can hit, I don't know, this Adele or Sia, like whoever is, and they're just looking for the show. So going there, I already understood that my low and deep voice is not exactly what they're looking for. But you know, it's just nice to try yourself and just to know that this is not where you.
So wait, so you tried out for American Idol, or are you thinking about doing it?
Sorry? No. I tried the American Idol and The Voice. It was the online auditions, but I just know, you know, like I know all the stories from even like artists who got very famous and very successful in Ukraine. They tried every single TV show like that, every single contest, and they heard no. But that in the end of the day, they became the successful ones. So I feel like no by these judges who probably looking for something that you not able to give. Is like it's not something that you have to.
So your goal was more like, I don't care what they're gonna say about me. I just know that I got a chance to be in here, and I got to showcase my voice to millions of people, and they know that I'm here, sounding the way that I'm sounding. It's, you know, I kind of get what you're going for. Like, yo, it's not about the judges, it's about me.
Yeah, I just wanted to have like this, you know, like tick. I did it.
Just like a tick. I tried for American Idol.
I tried.
You know, that's all. I'm trying is, most people don't even go through just even an online submission. So the fact that you did it and you have the guts to go through it, it's beautiful. It means you're working towards your goal every single day, one step at a time. Hey, listen, American Idol might one day go through those things of like, yo, Snow was in our catalog. We didn't call Snow, so it's gonna be, you know, a loss on them. Tell us about your latest release. Scary?
Yeah, so it was supposed to be a Halloween song. I wrote this like 3 months ago, and I wanted to release it right at the Halloween. But honestly, it does sound like a Halloween song. It's about the ghost, haunted house, whatever.
No, I got the vibe, and I when you dropped it, I'm like, oh, it's a Halloween theme song, yay!
But in the end of the day, it's not really about Halloween. It just, there is a hidden story behind the Halloween one. So it says that, you know, like you're a ghost alone, like people see you, they get scared, they have like their minds already set for whatever thoughts they have about you, and you just need to do a lot in order to prove them something, or like you choose another way and trying to do something yourself, and that's when they see that they were wrong. So the song is about people seeing you a particular way, and for some reason, even though like it looks like, you know, like I'm on my step by step way and I'm doing everything right, I always feel like I have to prove people something. And I heard a lot of no's in my life, so I just have to find a different way of doing things and try not to give up. So the song is about like staying like true to your goals, true to your dreams. And no matter what people say and how they see you, still can show in the end of the day that who you are and they were wrong, and they're going to be the ones who are going to be coming to you.
Oh, so it's deeper than just it's a Halloween theme song. It's I get it. I get it. I mean, it's kind of like a double meaning, or double entendre in a sense, where like you're saying one thing, but you really mean another thing. But it also ties into the Halloween theme, which is beautiful. I think you did it smart that way, where like from dropping it on Halloween to having the word scary, scary, and then incorporating your own storyline to it. It's beautiful. That's what amazing music is. It's just thinking out of all these little things that the audience might not know, but once they read into it, they realize, oh shoot, she was in something else. They have like the wow factor on it. That's what I call it. It's like a wow factor in your music.
Actually, like I know that the message is not really understandable because you can see only the cover, which is the Halloween theme song. But I wanted to do even a separate reel about me or YouTube video, whatever, just to explain this to people because...
Oh, you could do like a behind the lyrics type vibe, Oh, guys, this is what I actually meant.
I never thought about this.
See?
That's true, just like go line by line.
yeah. Like you've seen with Genius, they do a little... where they go line by line, explain what it means. You could do something similar, in your own level, on your phone. It's content, and it gets you connected with the audience. People that listen to your music are like, oh, I didn't think about that. That's pretty cool. It just gives an idea. I'm always thinking about like different ways to make content. That's my life now, just making stuff. What about your next release? Can we know?
Yeah, you actually mentioned this already.
Backtrack this. What's the name of the song?
Kiss Me Hard. So it's the first song that I ever recorded with the Rage House.
The Rage House team.
And I was very impressed because it was something that I never done before. Just different style, just me go in different directions, trying something new. And I think it's one of the best songs that I've ever written because I literally was not prepared for anything. I just came in the studio and I wrote the whole song here, and all the beats were done here as well. So it was just a lot of experimenting, a lot of improvisation. So, and I really like the outcome of all these things. So
it was just randomness. It was randomness that came together in the most perfect, unique way. And now you have a song. Can I describe this? I can describe the song. I just can't explain what the song is. All right, a beautiful song that came together with 3 different languages. And they got you sounding like Adele. It's super massive. It's up. It brings you up. It's like whole energy.
Still don't understand where Adele is. It's like,
I'll show you what I mean when I say Adele. But I think it's a beautiful song. When it releases, I'll be in there tagging you, making sure people know about it. Yeah. It's on your birthday?
Yeah, on December 12th.
Oh, so this is a very special song. Being that it's on your birthday now. And you loved it. It was a Rage House production. This is what we do here. And you have a vlog about it. Actually, the vlog is out already. So people could peek in and tune in a little bit. But
oh my god. It's like the first time when people saw this behind the scene, and at first, I have mixed feelings about this because on the one hand, I obviously want people to know how it actually looks like, that not everything is so perfect. It's just real life, real recording. You can mess up and retake it 100 times. But on the other hand, I was like,
oh, you were skeptical.
My vulnerable side is there, shown to the whole internet. But whatever. In the end of the day, we have great results. I know that I'm not 100% auto-tuned, so it's my voice. Yeah. Everything great, so.
No, we had fun creating that song. It's just, like I said, it was natural. It's like the mess-ups were there. Well, obviously, this is what the recording process is. The normal person doesn't see, oh, dude, we had to re-record this 20 different times to get it perfect, because we're humans, we're not perfect. And that's why we use some effects to make your voice sound better. And every artist, especially the biggest artists, and they're more discreet about the effects they use, so you hear it less. But it's just part of the recording process, and that's something that the average listener, the one that's really into music, should really know. Look, Snow might have taken 300 tries to get this one word right, but when you heard it, it touched you. So, and it's beautiful. The vlog is in our YouTube channel, Rage House. You can see we had so much fun. He was just like, no, don't record me. She almost beat me up behind the scenes. It was...
I don't know what he's talking about.
That's... whatever. We're going to pull the camera footage off the room. We're going to see you try to beat me up. Don't record me. But yeah, and then... Yeah, beautiful song.
Thank you.
So we're nearing the end of our podcast. We try to keep this short. We don't want to bombard people with an hour of an interview. But is there anything special you want to say to your current fans right now, those that are listening to this podcast or watching this podcast?
I feel like the one thing that I'd like to say also, it's advice to everyone, but also advice to myself, because it's hard to, even sometimes it's hard to listen to your own advice because you just like do so many things. You're like, oh, maybe I can do that, maybe I can do that, but you forget to stick to this one goal. So I feel like being diverse and doing diverse music and not sticking to particular styles, not gonna make you a worse artist or a messy artist. I personally don't like to be focused on just one thing, just because you can explore so many ways, so many different genres, and then in the end maybe come up with the one that suits for you. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe you can keep doing something different and something diverse all the time. But I just noticed that every time I have an idea about someone or the vision, it's completely different from what I had in my previous songs. And I don't think that it's bad, because it's just me being different, me being a person and human.
Yeah.
And I feel like...
So you know what's funny? Let me just cut you for like half a second. Sometimes the demo is just a demo, and it gives you the groundwork to building up from there. I think you should think about it like that's the what's the name of it? The foundation. And then once you get to like towards your final stages, your final product is not gonna sound anything like your demo. It should be sounding 100 times better, than what you started with, and that's part of the process of making music. If your final product sounds exactly your demo, then something went wrong in the middle, because the goal of like the after process is to make things a lot better than they were before. But yeah, I'm sorry to cut you off. Please continue.
No, I just kept thinking about this for a long time, because I was like, okay, there are so many artists, so many successful ones. They're sticking to this particular genres. They're making music only there and not going anywhere outside of the box, I'd say, of this genre. And I was like, maybe there's something wrong with me, because I'm just like going back and forth, not knowing what I want, where I want to be, and just like being everywhere same time. Yeah. But then I thought that maybe that's how it's supposed to be, because you're an artist, and artists doing something that they have, what their soul lies to. So I don't know, I feel like art's supposed to be meaning freedom, and you're supposed to do whatever you feel like doing, not whatever you need to do.
Okay, I understand. I completely understand you. We love to do shout outs, especially to those people that supported us from when you were singing in the shower. Any names you want to drop, any Instagrams you want to drop to those people that you want to thank from just because they were there and they helped you with music? Any special thanks to anyone in particular?
Yeah. I don't really talk to this person a lot anymore, but this first person who ever introduced me to the music, his name is Damek, and he actually lives in Boston right now, but I met him in Toronto. So we met like a month ago, and I know we're not close anymore, but I'd like to say thank you for putting me on this way. And the final people that I turn out to be working with is the Rage House, obviously. They found me, and they reached out to me, and it's literally the best thing that could happen, because I've been to many studios already here, and as I said, I wasted my time and my money and energy and everything. But since I came here, I was only recording here and just having fun, I'd say.
Yeah.
Thank you to Tramo, to the best producer ever. And I just can't wait to work more with him.
All right. What about Carlos? It's like, no, I'm kidding. What about Carlos Production? No thanks, like, nah.
Carlos Production.
That's a whisper, the cameraman. That day I was the cameraman, but I also do engineering. Well, thank you so much, Snow. Like I said, we love having you at the Rage House. You're one of our favorite artists. And we just have to say it. Tremo wasn't able to make it here today, but I'm gonna say, Bram, we love having you here. The Rage House team is always here to help you out. And with that, we're gonna finish off the podcast. Thank you everybody for being here. Thank you everybody for listening. My name is Carlos Production, and this is
Just call me Snow.
Just call me Snow. This has been another Interviews podcast. And just remember, if you have anyone that you think is worthy of being on an Interviews podcast, just be sure to text me or call me. I'm like one text away. I always reply to everybody. I don't care who you are. But yeah, if you have anybody, just let me know and leave you guys with Snow. One last thing before we finish it off. One last thing before you finish it off. Could you sing for us? Acapella.
I'm sick right now.
Ah, she's sick, guys. I'm
I've
sorry,
been sick
guys.
for the last 2 weeks.
I'm sorry, guys. Cut off the podcast. It's done.